Hi guys, welcome to Didi's Crafty Corner. Today we're going to play with the My Favorite Things Castle Dynamics. If you guys remember, I hauled this not too long ago. I'm super excited to use that and the matching stamps along with the dragon. I cannot wait because you guys know I do these little storybooks for Pikachu, my grandson. And one of the stories that I tell him without a book, it's a story I've been telling him since he was a newborn baby at nap time, is a story of Grandma and Christian who live in an enchanted magical castle and we go for a walk. Now the walk changes day to day, but we come across animals and things and it's how we interact with them is the story. And I tell him the story every single time I have him here and we do nap. He crawls up in my lap when he gets tired. I tell the story and he just loves it. So it's mine and his story. So I thought I would make a version of it in one of my little books. That's why I bought these stamps and this die. So we're going to start it today. We're going to do the front cover of it. So the books that I'm using, I've shown you guys, they're at the dollar spot at Target for $3. They are only there. They're teaching tool books. You get 3 of them in there. They're blank books. They have 28 pages. It's got a nice hard cover. And they're only there when school is starting back. But as soon as the school supplies, as soon as summer is over and school starting back, you can find them there. I've also seen them before school starts at the Dollar Tree, but it's just you get, they're soft instead of hardback. They're soft books. But I'm sure that you can find these almost anywhere. I think they're the perfect size for a little storybook. I make Christian books with them all the time. When they come out, I buy at least 6 packages or so just to keep here so that I can make these little books. So we're going to get started today. That's what I'm using as the book. We're going to be using the Dynamics Castle. I'm going to be using some MFT grass. I've used some Simon Says Stamp stitch dies just to make the stitching around the edges. I've also used some MFT clouds I've cut out. I might use this Gina Marie palm tree if I need some greenery. I'm not sure about that yet. And I've cut out all the castle pieces in numerous colors. So mostly the slate gray. I've done some brown and I've done some navy blue. And then for my background pieces, I'm using a piece of the blue watercolored paper from My Favorite Things. This is the lighter version. They have a light and a bright. This is the lighter version, and I'm using the lighter color of that blue, which is right here. So I'm going to be using that for my sky, and then also part of my background down here, and then of course it'll be the grass. So let's get started, guys. I have an idea in my head what I'm going to do. We're just going to talk our way through it and put it together, and if I need to, I'll speed it up, but I'm hoping you can just tag along with me today. I've got my cup of coffee right here. I actually have it on my candle heating plate over here, staying warm. So sippy sippy. I don't know if I'm going to be putting any characters on the front of the book yet. I might be putting the dragon. I'm not sure yet. Right now I just want to get the book decorated. I want to see where I need to be in frame so you guys can see what I'm doing, and I think right there is good. So I don't want to go past, hold on, because you guys know I'm out of frame and I talk too much, but I try, right? I try. I'm also going to try very, very hard. Had a subscriber say to me, leave me a very nice comment saying that she's brand new to my channel, she loves my videos. She's a PhD, so she's incredibly smart, and it drives her crazy when I say you guys. So my husband was joking with me, and he says, well, so just say use guys, because, we've lived in New York. My husband's from New York. He says use guys. Now, I lived in Georgia for so many years. I said y'all. I was just y'all. Everything was y'all. I broke that habit here in South Florida, but apparently now I just say you guys. And I know there's no guys needed. There's nothing needed after you. You is both singular and plural. I know this. But I guess because I say it so much, it must just be a part of who I am, So I'm going to try hard to calm that back a little bit and not say it so much, but definitely appreciated her bringing that to my attention. So thank you so much. You know, I want to stay true to who I am, but I also don't want to be, you know, a bloomin' idiot all the time, which, you know, I can be, is what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, so I know this piece is going to be going on the top of this book. That much I know 100% that's where that's going. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. I'm using my favorite art glitter glue, and that's how I always do this on the front of the book. It lasts and lasts. It doesn't pull off. I don't have any issues with Pikachu pulling it off when I do it this way, so it works really good for me, and I don't have to worry about tape and all that. Now, some of this I actually may be popping up with some foam tape. I didn't grab that, but I need to do that in a minute. And I'm going to try to stay in frame, but I need to get this even. And you know I have bad eyesight. So there's that. I have been wanting to play with this since I got it. I got it right before my birthday or right about birthday time, and I have not touched it. Oh, by the way, I've got so many cards I need to show you guys that I got for my birthday. I've been so slacking. That cold that I caught just totally wiped me out. All right, so we know that's going to be my top part. That's going to be where my clouds are going to go. That's my sky. So if you can see, it's just a really nice little, you know, watercolor blue color. So that's pretty. So for my base of my castle, I cut it out with that die, this long one right here. I didn't want it to be straight across. So how I do that when I want a little curve, I didn't want mine to look like everybody else's. That's my issue here. So what I did is when I was running it through my machine, I ran it through with the plate to about right here. So I got a cut to right there. And then I backed it out very carefully and I moved my die over just a little bit, just on this side, right? And then I ran it through to this point so I could get that little curve. All right, so that's how I did that. So that's why there's this little curve going up in there. All right, so this is our castle. This is the bottom of our castle, and it's going to go somewhere right there, I'm thinking. And then my idea is to have one here where the window, where you're going to see through the window. And we're going to have one here where we're going to put a door. I cut out a few of the doors. We're going to put a door behind the window, make it look like the window's closed. And then I think I'm going to do 3. I was either going to do 2 or 3. I think I'll do 3. Make that one just a little bit higher or even lower. I think I'll make it just a little bit higher. Like we'll go there. I have this thing about symmetrical, guys. Whoa, baby. So I think we'll try to make it about even. And we're going to put a door behind there to make it a window. And then right now I'm just kind of placing it, seeing how it's going to look. I'm going to do some blue there. And I think this one we'll have to cut down because I want that to have a triangle maybe. Yeah, I need it to be symmetrical because, you know, that's just the way I am. So maybe I'll put this one on this one. Maybe I'll do it on the 2 end ones. And then we're going to put a flag on just one of them. So I think the flag will go right there. So we'll do that. And then, am I going to show a little bit of gray? I think I am. And we'll put the blue right there as well. What do you think about that? I like that. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we got that part planned. All right, so now let's work on the bottom. So I know I'm going to want this to be right about there. I've cut a little hill, so I may not need that blue at all, actually. The other piece of blue, I wasn't sure if I was going to try to make that water or not. So I could do 2 things here. I could try to make this water underneath here. So we could do that and put our grass below that water. So it looks like there's water before but I actually don't like that. All right, we're not going to use that one. All right, so we're going to use our hill. So we know our hill's going down. So now let's see where our castle's going to go, right about there. All right, I like that. So let's glue our castle down. Do I want my castle popped up? Or do I want my grass popped up? Or do I want it both popped up? Yeah, let's pop the castle up. Because then the other pieces will be in the background. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right. Let's get some of this tape. I just taped my watch. Not sure how that happened. Let's get this straight. Might be off camera for the part of this, guys, because, oh no, I picked up a palm tree. I really wanted to, oh, I just wrinkled my castle. I really wanted to start this because if I don't start it, you know, if I don't get it started, then I'm not going to, you know, not going to finish it. You know what I'm saying? And I want so much to have this be around for Christian. Let me cut this so it's square because we're not really. So I can use it when I'm reading to him, you know. So, how have you all been? You all? See, I don't need a y'all there, do I? Oh, how have you been? What have you been doing? I have been mad crazy busy, guys. Like, seriously. So busy. And on top of that, I was so sick. That guy, and now my husband's got it. He woke up this morning, actually, with a sore throat and a headache. And he says, how did you being sick start? I went, it started with a sore throat on my birthday. He says, did you have a headache? I went, yeah, I had a headache the day after. Really bad. He's like, oh no, I think I got it. I'm like, I'm not surprised. Okay, so we're going to make our castle popped up. Only one thing. Before we can pop that up, we need to see where we're going to put our other pieces too. All right, so I like that. We can pop up the grass. That castle's coming down to right there. Our grass is going to be popped up right there. All right, so yeah. All right, I want this to be flat. So I want this green piece to be flat. I had to think that through for a second. But I do. I want this green piece to be flat. So this is just like my little hillside or whatever. It's just like the little bottom decorative piece that's going to go right there. So that's going to be flat. But because I popped up this part right here, I have to be able to set these where I want them before I have to get them glued down. Before I put my castle on. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get those in place. And then glue them down, and then we can put our castle on. So that's going to be a biggie right there. I'm actually just going to turn this around so that I can see whether it looks even or not. Because, you know, I'm anal. So I want it right there. I want it right there. And I want this one right there. All right, I like that. Okay. All right, I do not want these popped up either, so we can go ahead and grab a little pencil. And we're just going to color a little line going straight across. And then I can put my little pieces on the back of the window. Okay. Man, we are got stuff like crazy going on here today, don't we? All right. So then there's our little window. Okay. So I've already, well, that was a phone call I had to make. You know, you never know. You think when somebody calls you and says ASAP, you get scared, right? I do. But my youngest daughter, is going to be stopping by when she's done with school today. So it was not a big deal. She just wanted to make sure I was going to be home. All right, so I've glued the two pieces, the brown pieces that I wanted to match the door, onto our little toppers for our castle. So they're going to be going right there. We're going to go ahead and do those first. This one's going to have an open window, so we're not worried about him. But I do want him to have a little topper, you know, so I want to make sure that I cut that down to where I need it to be. So I need to cut off about that much. We're just going to use our scissors for that. And then we're going to glue that onto the back of that. And then we can start gluing those together. All right, let's see. Where do we want it? Right there? And right there, because I have to be symmetrical and straight. All right, that looks good. All right, now let's see how we did. That's perfect. All right, so now we're going to glue those down because they're not going to be popped up. And I wonder if I should go ahead and assemble our little flag. Our flag's going to go, where did I decide? It's going to go on the small ones. So let's go ahead and put our little blue pieces on our gray flags. So that's what I did. I cut out a couple little blue pieces to go on the flag. I wasn't sure how many flags I was going to use, but I'm going to use 2 flags, one on each side. Let's find another flag. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's right there. And we'll glue the little blue piece on there. Super cute. All right, that flag's going to go there, and then we're going to glue a couple of the blue pieces on. We'll go ahead and glue our blue pieces on as well. And then we'll glue them down. All right, there's that one. This one. And this one. I think this castle is just adorable. Absolutely adorable. All right, there's that one. And I think I want a blue, and I do, perfect. So we're going to put a little blue roof on the top of this little castle right here on this one. Just like that. All right, there's our toppers. We'll go ahead and figure out our flag situation too while we're sitting here. If I'd been smart, I would have put that flag on underneath the window to give it a little more stability. you know, because it's got such small little details, you know. But once we glue it down to the top, it's going to be fine. That's super cute, guys. Look at that. See, it already fell off. It's because it's so tiny. All right, that's good. All right, let's do this one. And this one is going to go on this side right here, 2 over, just like that. A little higher. Perfect. Okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and glue these in place. I put these little lines here so we could figure out about where it's going to go. Again, guys, you know, this is crafting. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, but just approximate. I'm going to set that right there so we can just kind of make sure that I'm kind of getting it straight. What I like about the art glitter glue is that you can move it around. Okay, there's one. See, like that doesn't look really, really straight to me, I have to say. But it looks okay. So we're going to go with it. I'm going to put some glue. Oh, dinging again. Okay. Nobody wants you until you're busy. No flag, go back. Okay. That for sure does not look even, does it, guys? Not at all. Oop, but I got it to move. Yay! Okay, that looks better. And that one looks okay to me. All right, let's make sure our flag is good. Oh, I knew that flag was going to be an issue. Such a touchy little critter, that flag is. Let's see if we can straighten it up a little bit. Perfect, okay. All right, so there's the top of our castle. Yay! Now let's see if I really lined everything up okay. There's the bottom of our castle. Okay, I'm okay with that. Not sure about that grass yet. I think I'm boo-booed on the grass. You might have to cut another strip of grass. But we shall see, right? You know what, if I'd been thinking, I would have stamped that little tiny prince, that little tiny knight right there in the window. That would have been super cute, right? All right, so this I want to make sure it covers that book. So I got to set this up for 1 second, guys, because it's got to cover that. All right, perfect. Awesome. All right, so there's the bottom of our castle. Now our grass. I think what we're going to need to do is to pop up the grass and maybe do some more grass. Do another grass on the bottom. What do you think? Because this is too short. My idea originally, that's why I did the hill. My idea originally was to have this being right on the edge of the hill. And now it's going to be right on the edge of the grass, which is okay. But Or I could just go there, right? I'm going to put the door even like that. Okay, so I like that. So I think we're going to put it there, then we're going to cut another piece to go right here that's going to be a little bit longer and maybe straight instead of curved. So I like that, okay. All right, let's do that. We're going to put that even with this. Perfect. And then we're going to put our door right there. Goodness gracious. We're going to put the door right in there, just like, let me just make sure that it's covered on the bottom. That looks good. And over a little bit maybe, right there. All right, I like that. All right, so what else do we have that we haven't played with yet? We don't really need those. I'm okay with the rest of the blue. All right, so let's look over here. All right, so I cut out a couple of clouds. Oh yeah, I had wanted to put a cloud. My idea was to put that cloud like behind that window. That's what I was gonna do. Didn't do that, did I? All right, so let's just start with, how many clouds do I have? 3. So these are smaller. So let's put the big one over here in this space where we got the room. So we'll put this one over here, right there. Super cute. We'll put this one right here maybe. Maybe I'll cut it off right there. What do you think? We could have a whole one. That looks like a little too much. It looks like it's just too planned. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to run our stitch die over it right there. And then we'll cut it off midway so it looks like it's a partial cloud. And then maybe this one. I don't really want to put a cloud in front. Could go right there. And this one could go right there. What do you think, guys? Or, yeah, I think I just want it right. Too much? Yeah, too much. Well, good gravy. I can't make up my mind. I think I do want to cut it off though. All right, so I'm going to put you guys on hold. I'm going to go trim this off with my cutter with the, I want to make a stitch in it right there. And I'm going to cut out another grass and then we're going to see what we're going to do if we're going to use the palm tree or not. All right, so I will be right back. Okay, we're back. So what I did is I cut out, I just put a little stitching right on that little cloud that we're going to put right there. And then I cut this out and we're going to put foam tape behind it and pop it up right here, just like that. And I actually like that. I think that looks really good. Then we're going to come in and put just a little bit of dimension right here by adding a little distress ink. So let's go ahead and get this cloud on. Now I could pop that cloud up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep the cloud down. All right, so the cloud's going to go really low, and it's going to match up with the stitching that is right there. Just like that. So it's going to look like the cloud is just going off the page and that it's been cut along with the rest of that paper. All right, so now let's get some more tape. And I'm going to tape up the bottom of this. And see, that's going to leave too much of an indentation. So let's do that. And I think I'll just put a little tiny piece right above it on the end here, just to give it right there and right here. Just to make sure. All right, now let's see how that is. That's good. All right, let's peel it off. And then right here where there is nothing, I'm going to go ahead and reinforce that with glue because, you know, that way I know it's not going to get peeled off. Perfect. And now I also have a place down here where I could put my storybook name if I want to, or I could put a dragon right here, which I'm thinking about putting, like, you know, I'm not sure. I might just put the title down here and not put the dragon on. I'm not sure. But I think I might put a dragon on the front, but that'll be another day. So what do you think so far, guys? Super cute, right? And there's our little book. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in right here and just put, I think it gets lost a little bit. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab my little plastic sheet that I used for my distress inks. See if I can do this with you guys on camera here. And I'm going to slide it right underneath the edge, the lip right there. And I'm going to use hickory smoke. And I'm just going to put a little bit of detail right on the edge. That's all I'm going to do. But I don't want it to be too dark. What do you think? Perfect, huh? All right, I'm happy with that. All right, so that's the start to the cover of our book. So that's what it's looking like so far. So that's going to be the cover of Pikachu and Grandma's Adventures. And then I'm going to go ahead and as I do each page, I'm going to show you the page. We'll do it together. So I'll do it like I did this time. We're going to cut it out. And I'll do it from there. I did not show you guys the book that I was putting together that had the Christmas decorations on the front of it. Remember that one I did that had, oh, what did it have? Santa Claus and all that, because I put family pictures in the book. I actually made it like a little photo album for him. So I didn't show that to you guys because I'm trying to be mindful of what I actually put out on the internet. But this one's just going to be, you know, it's not going to have real pictures in it. It's just going to have these little images that I put together. So isn't that super cute? If you guys are interested in the size of this book, let me see, where's my, I'll tell you real quick. It is 7.5 by 5 1/4. Look again. 7.5 by 5 1/4. So that's the size of the books. And I think it's super, super, super cute. So this is the average. So going this way is the average size of our A2 card. So all of your dies fit perfectly when you're trying to cut out little trim, little backgrounds and stuff like that. So see how that, can you see the little, it makes a difference when you have the trim on there. Now some of my trim got covered up here. And I don't, like I said, I'm not sure. I could go in and put a palm tree here. I thought about that, but I think the palm tree is just too green with the rest of the greens. You know, but you could add a little palm tree. I think I'm going to add a story. I'm going to add the name of the story here. And I might put a dragon over here a little bit maybe. Or the knight. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, but when I get there, I'll show you. So that's the front. That's the beginning of Pikachu and Grandma's Adventures. That's the name of the book. Yeah, so I will show you some more when I get to it. All right, guys? We'll see. Hopefully I can do another page by this weekend. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun because in our adventures, in the story that I tell, we meet a bear, we meet a lion, you know. So I think it's going to be real cute how I can play this out from page to page and have something to interact with Pikachu with it as well. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to piece this all back together again and get it uploaded. I hope you guys have had a fantastic day. Thanks for stopping in and seeing what I'm doing today, and have a great day. Bye.